News flash. President Joe Biden's recent visit to Israel amidst escalating turmoil in the Middle East has sparked a flurry of events. The trip, intended to demonstrate solidarity with Israel after recent Hamas attacks, took a turn for the worse when a hospital in Gaza was attacked just before Biden's arrival. This incident has fueled anger and fears of a broader regional war. Israel blames a misfired rocket from a Palestinian militant organization for the explosion, a claim supported by Biden. However, Hamas's allies, Iran and Hezbollah, are fanning the flames of rage over the incident. Tensions have been mounting in the West Bank, and there are concerns that Israel may be lured into a trap that could involve the U.S. in a wider conflict. The U.S. has deployed 2 aircraft carriers off the coast of Israel as a warning to Hezbollah and Iran, and has pledged support to Israel. If Israeli forces struggle to repel attacks on multiple fronts, the U.S. could become militarily involved. Hezbollah poses a greater threat to Israel than Hamas, with a large arsenal of rockets that could penetrate Israel's defense system. Iran, Hezbollah's backer, would exploit the turmoil caused by the Hamas attacks to further damage Israel. Russia and China also have interests in a renewed conflict in the Middle East. The likelihood of the U.S. deploying troops in Israel appears remote due to domestic opposition. However, if the U.S. were to get involved, it could provoke attacks by Iran's allies. Striking Hezbollah targets in Syria could lead to retaliation from Russia, and pro-Iranian groups in other countries could target U.S. sites in the region. Such escalation could pressure Israel to urge the U.S. to strike Iran directly, which would be disastrous for all parties involved. Yet, in a recent interview, President Joe Biden stated that he does not believe it is necessary to deploy U.S. troops into Israel, as Israel has a strong military. The White House National Security Council spokesperson also confirmed that there are no plans to send troops to fight in the conflict between Israel and Hamas, but did not rule out the possibility of using troops to rescue American citizens taken hostage by Hamas. Israel has declared a state of war against Hamas after a terrorist attack, with the goal of vanquishing Hamas and gaining control of Gaza. Both sides have reported civilian deaths and injuries, with over 1,400 Israelis and 2,670 Palestinians killed. In a show of support for Israel, U.S. troops, including a rapid response force of 2,000 Marines and sailors, are heading to the coast of Israel. It is unclear if they will join the U.S. Navy carrier strike groups already stationed there. The 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit is reportedly the unit being sent to Israel. The Pentagon has alerted about 2,000 troops to potentially be deployed in the region, providing medical care and advice to Israeli forces. This move is seen as a potential bolstering of Israel ahead of a ground invasion of Gaza. President Joe Biden is planning a trip to Israel and Jordan, further demonstrating U.S. support for Israel. The Biden administration has stated it will not provide combat troops to Israel. Israel has declared war against Hamas and has been conducting airstrikes in Gaza, resulting in numerous casualties. In summary, the situation in the Middle East is tense and volatile. The U.S. is showing its support for Israel, but the potential for a wider conflict involving the U.S. and other global powers is a real concern. The outcome of this situation is uncertain, and the world watches with bated breath.